Today's video will look into a scenario in which Austria Hungary tries to reform, where Austria and Hungary tries to reform the former Austro-Hungarian Empire. And the first thing they do is go after Czechia and Slovakia to gain some of their former land, believing it is a necessity for them to grab. And well, quickly Bratislava falls, and then after that Brno and Prague. And then, well, both these nations are forced into capitulation. Well, the Treaty of Trianon and Saint-Germain has been, well, reversed, they claim. They claim glory for Hungary and Austria, I guess. With them going after some more weaker nations, including, well, these three nations. Bosnia, Croatia, and Slovenia they go after. Well, whoever's in charge is definitely wanting an empire. With them marching in and quickly taking the capitals, and quickly these nations are forced into capitulation. With Austria and Hungary now having significant parts of their former empire. But who's to say they can keep this going? They went after Romania and Serbia. And no, unlike the Hungarian video, this is not where their empire starts to fall. Because they got friends now. And they decide to conscript everyone within the empire, for some reason. And quickly they make advances. But this one's not as fast as the other ones. They get slowed down in the Carpathian Mountains, slowly advancing forwards. But unlike the other ones, they get a counteroffensive. Yes, their advances start to slow down. Even when they take the capital of Serbia, they don't give up. They fail their counteroffensive there, they just change the course of it. And Romania launches a counteroffensive. But soon Serbia has a big encirclement, which leads to them getting pushed forward, which leads to them being forced to capitulate. Well, then they get pushed up. Well, Romania isn't holding the front as well. But support from other nations is helping them, I guess, if they get any. Maybe they like Austria Hungary more. And well, as you can see, their advances start rapidly speeding up as they manage to take, well, Bucharest, and they move and take Lake Constanta. And then this is forced to surrender. So let's see the peace treaty. They make sure to keep forces on the Italian and Polish borders, knowing that something could happen there. As they start moving in, quickly they get into what Hungary used to own in this region. And then they start to move into the former Galicia areas. And they move in. And quickly they manage to capture Lviv, which leads to them approaching the capital. With Ukraine managing to make a minor pushback and then keep the front like that. But with Poland entering, they think they can still keep it going like this. With them getting pushed back here a bit, not a big deal. And in some areas, their border forces get pushed back. That's not a big deal at this point for them. Nobody thinks to join. People still think that's a bad idea, other nations. With the Balkans trying to pressure Italy into joining. With Poland pushing further back, but the border forces manage to push them back. In some areas, they still occupy past the border in some areas, but that's more of an occupation than trying to occupy more. As they move into there. With Italy deciding to join, well, they think they will change it radically. But, unfortunately, when they try to invade, well, they may have or may have not ending up with border forces in their territory. They even capture Venice. Yeah, they're doing pretty good, I guess. With Austria fully kicking them out. As they proclaim glory to Austria, that this is where Ukraine and Poland was waiting. as they launch a joint attack on to stop this front. As they both move towards meeting each other's troops, they even manage to force a retreat to here, which leads to Italy having a chance, which they push back. And so Romania and Serbia decided to join in. That's Bulgaria, and Bulgaria doesn't want to join, I don't think. With Italy moving in, but getting stuck eventually in the mountain. Same with Serbia and Austria, they make tiny advances. But this means forces must be moved there, which leads to Poland having a success in the north. And same with Ukraine. And they decide to use this new advantage for two things. Moving into Hungary and moving into Galicia, while Poland focuses on the liberation of Czechia. Well, Italy makes an offensive which captures Vienna, and then an offensive capturing, well, Hungary's capital happens, which succeeds, so they capitulate. Let's see how the peace treaty goes. From Austria, their former lands, and some Bosnian lands, with Italy taking former lands, plus a big chunk of Tyrol and a bit of Austria. Romania taking some of their lands back. Czechia is liberated now. Austria Hungary doesn't look as great now. But you can still see it's much bigger than it was, so maybe it can stay together. That's a big maybe. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but non-delay subscribe. Bye, guys! So we get to 3,500 subscribers by April 1st. So please subscribe.